A little nerve-wracking, to be quite honest with you. Giving you a side eye. Jury's been seated in the trial of 3 white men charged with killing Ahmaud Arbery. Only one is black. That's right, 11 white people on the jury, 1 black person. In the county, that's 27% black. Our Dray Clark has been covering the trial since the beginning. He joins us live from the Glenn County Courthouse. As always, good morning to you, Dray. Good to see you. Not good to see the makeup of this trial, Dray. We've been waiting 2.5 weeks for this jury to be selected, and then we see the racial makeup, and you can't blame us for giving it a bit of a side eye. Now, the judge in this case basically came out and he said that, he saw that there was some issues when it came to race, and he did nothing. What did he say the reason why he didn't change anything?
Well, Mike, good morning. And you're right. I think black people all across the country are scratching their heads trying to understand how this could have happened. The judge yesterday recognized the prosecution's concern that they believed the defense struck 8 black jurors simply based on race. He expressed sympathy, empathy, understanding. But he then said Georgia case law does not complement the prosecution's position, and so he allowed the 11 white jurors and 1 black to make up this jury. And this is the group, in addition to the 4 alternates, but this core group of 12 will be the group to determine the innocence or guilt of Gregory and Travis McMichael, along with William Bryan, who are on trial for the murder of 25-year-old Ahmaud Arbery, a black man who was shot and killed in February 2020 while jogging through a predominantly white community.
Yeah, Dray, you hope is the word that I've been using all morning long, that the jury that has been selected, that is seated, will listen and will do the right thing and listen to the evidence and not let race play a factor when it comes to that. But we also know that it only takes one to hold up the entire process. If one person of those 11 white people on that jury say, hey, this man is not guilty, these men are not guilty, then it's a hung jury and they're going to get off. We may have another trial eventually, but now you're putting a lot of pressure on the black juror too, right? Dray, so he's in there, he's got to fight for the situation. I don't know how he's leaning one way or the other, but what can you tell us about him? What do you know about him?
This juror, we know, who we believe is juror number 380, is a black man in his 60s. During his questioning, he told the court that he has a son who knew Ahmaud Arbery. His son is a little older than Ahmaud, but nonetheless, they knew each other. He said he's seen the video at least 3 times of the chase and the shooting of Ahmaud Arbery. And he also said that he does believe that race was a factor in the killing, but at the same time saying that he can be fair, objective, and impartial if he was placed on the jury. That's all we know about this black man. And Mike, when you talk about hope, and it doesn't look right to most black people looking at this, the jury makeup just looks incredibly off. But I keep going back to, we've been here from the very start, these 3 weeks here, and I've been surprised at the number of white prospective jurors who indicated they believe what happened to Ahmaud Arbery was wrong. They believe that race was a factor in his killing. That was surprising. And so if there's any sense of hope to cling to, it is that some of these white jurors have expressed that they believe what happened to Ahmaud Arbery was wrong, but they can be impartial, they can be objective and fair in coming up with a decision. So we'll see if that's the case.
Yeah, they can't have empathy because they haven't gone through anything like this, but the sympathetic side of things, hopefully, if they listen to the whole evidence. And of course, you know, it's got to be fair for both sides. We understand that too. All right, so now that the jury's selected, it is what it is, 11-1, white to black. Opening statements expected tomorrow, I understand. What are they doing today?
Today, the judge will listen to motions that have been submitted by the prosecution and defense. There have been a number of motions submitted to the judge. The judge will make his rulings on those motions, and then tomorrow Opening statements will begin. We expect the trial, at least the judge indicated to the prospective jurors a few days ago, that this is a trial that will likely go through November the 19th. It could even go as long as until the end of the month. So this is really the beginning of a long process in terms of with the trial really now getting underway, where we will hear testimony, see the evidence, see exhibits, and we'll probably hear some things in the trial that we've not heard before, but certainly not just the eyes and ears of this community, but all across the country and around the world. People will really be paying attention. They were already interested because of how Ahmaud was shot and killed, but now they will be really interested after looking up the makeup of this jury.
Absolutely, and I know you'll be all over it, so go ahead and buckle down right there in Brunswick, Georgia. You'll be there for a while, at least through the end of this trial, giving us the latest in your perspective and your great reporting right here on BNC and Start Your Day. Dray, we appreciate you, man.